and welcome to more Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts! I actually received a tweet telling me some information about the Jiggoseum 6, well, one of the missions in Jiggoseum 6 that we did yesterday. That one where you kind of have to jump through the air and land at a bunch of targets and stuff. They gave me some information about that I didn't know, so I thought I'd share that with you guys. So let's go over to Trophy Thomas, because we can use him to very easily go to that specific mission. We'll just go to the Jiggoseum, go all the way down to Act 6, and it was this one right here, up to the Oach. As you can see, I've got 750 points in this one, so let's go check it out. So I'm going to use the same vehicle as before, the orange. The thing that I always did was I went for the 75 on the right side, but if we go for 75, the highest score we can get is actually 350 because we have 5 rounds. So let's see if we can do a little bit better. Actually, you get 375, not 350. But if you land directly in the center of this giant dartboard in the middle, the 30, you actually get 150 points, which, well, that's how I got 750. I just landed in here a bunch. And it's actually very easy to do if you do it right. As you can see right there, we got 150. So all I'm doing is, with this particular vehicle design, I can just hold down the throttle. I am not turning at all, just totally just holding down the throttle. And then right as we get to the bottom, I don't spring, I just whip out the wings. I dip my nose down a little bit just to make sure I go underneath that center portion. But we're going to be perfectly lined up as is, so we just want to go up and down. We don't want to turn at all. And then we just kind of glide right in and land on the point. So thank you so much for that tweet, dude. But they also said one other thing, and they said that, well, I said you have to get Banjo's chair inside the check mark for it, or inside the target for it to count. They said that you only have to have some part of your vehicle. It doesn't have to be specifically Banjo. And unfortunately, this is wrong. And let me go ahead and show you guys a little demonstration just to show you what I mean. So let me go and choose the Biggless cage right here. Now with this vehicle, you can see that we've got lots of stuff that could go inside a target, but the seat with Banjo in it is right at the back. So I'm going to try to very slowly drive off the end of this ramp so I land kind of inside the 10 right there, but with Banjo not quite all the way in it. So let's see if I can make that happen. Let's see if that works. Hopefully Banjo doesn't go inside. And Banjo went inside. Fantastic. Let me restart. Let's try this one again. Hopefully that same result won't happen. Dang it, I missed, dude. Third time's the charm. There we go. As you can see, a whole bunch of my cars inside, but Banjo is not, and as you can see, we got 0 points, even though we should have gotten 10 for that. More than half of my car was in there. Now, I will say, I don't know for sure if it's specifically Banjo that has to be in, but clearly there's something more to it. I'm pretty sure Banjo has to be inside there for it to count. But alright, that's it for that. Let's go and do our next main act. I don't know why I call it a main act as opposed to like a not main act. Anyways, today we're going to be doing Terrarium of Terror Act 4. So let's go over to Uptown and get to it. Now, before we go inside though, I do want to get one more achievement that's actually inside Terrarium of Terror, because each game world has its own unique achievement. We haven't done the Terrarium of Terror one, so let's go do that. Now, to do this, I'm going to go to Terrarium of Terror Act 2. It doesn't have to be Act 2, but the thing that we have to do, well, it very conveniently lines up with where we actually enter into the stage here, so let's go ahead and drop in. Now, what we have to do for this one is we have to find 3 pieces of junk and put it inside of our car all at the same time. And it's kind of weird to get it to register. If you have like multiple trays in your car, it might not work. So what we're going to do is basically just get one car with a big tray. But we're not going to do that quite yet, because there's 2 pieces of junk right here. We have to go get a third one. There's one that we can get. It's a little bit of a travel time to get to it. So let's get out no, yeah, you know, we'll get out the orange. This probably isn't the best choice considering we don't have any propellers for underwater movement, but yes, we're going to go underwater a little bit right here. So what we're going to do is go over this way, down through this little tunnel. So we just have to open up this little swingy door. Oh, well, I'm stuck. Hold on. Let me just hop out and push it manually. I don't know why I keep having to do that. I had to do that last time we interacted with this thing as well. But let's see if we can land on the bottom so we can drive along the floor here. And once we get all the way to the end of this tunnel, there will be a piece of junk kind of in the middle for some reason. So we'll just go all the way over like this. And right between all of these little plant things, there'll be a piece of junk right here. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and carry this one back by hand because I don't really have a vehicle out that's really good at carrying stuff. So I could swap vehicles, but we've got video editing, so I'm just going to edit ahead here. Alrighty, so we're back to the start. We've got our junk right here. So now I'm going to go ahead and swap to a vehicle that has either a large tray or a large box. And, well, we already built a vehicle that has a large box on it. Oh yeah, I named it Bobby. Alright, so let's get Bobby out right here. And there you go. We're just going to let them sit right there for now. And we're going to go put all this stuff inside it. And I don't think I've ever got this achievement on this account, so it should pop up. Let's find out, though. Let's go ahead and put this guy in, and let's go get the last one as well. And it looks like the rocket kind of fell out. I'm not sure. Oh, there it goes. Okay. So it's kind of weird to get this one to register, and there's a lot of misinformation about this one online. Some guides online will tell you have to take the junk over to the airlock and put it out into space. That's not true. You just have to put all 3 inside your car. Now, I have heard that if you have a tray, or if you have multiple trays, it won't work. Or if you have the tray flipped upside down, then it won't work either. So just to be safe, just get a large box or a large tray, put 3 pieces of junk inside, and there you go. Let's go do Terrarium of Terror Act 4 now. So Act 4 is kind of around the main circle right here. Let's go check it out. This is actually a pretty short act. 4 Jiggies and 3 Jinjos. Now, because this is a short act, I was planning on doing Easter eggs today. I mentioned this at the end of the last episode. I was planning on going through the game, showing a bunch of cameos and references and Easter eggs, things like that. But as I kind of started to study all these things and look at all these references and all that kind of stuff, I decided I don't want to just kind of like glance over a couple of things real quick at the end of an episode. I really want to have a dedicated episode showing pretty much all of the references and Easter eggs and all that I know for the entire game. So we're going to have a standalone episode at some point that covers all of that stuff. Now, this game is just so full of that kind of crud that I might not be able to show all of it just because I might not know all of it, but everything that I can possibly figure out and find, I'll be showing in its own episode. But let's go ahead and actually do this act right here. So we'll just go until we find a Jinjo mission or something. How about this guy right down here? This one is a Jinjo Fetch Water. Now, I think it was, gosh, I don't remember what act it was. It might have been Act 5. I went to do a Jinjo fetch, and I went to the wrong place. The place that I went accidentally before, well, that's where we have to go for this one. So I guess we're going to go ahead and get out of vehicle. Let me go and actually upgrade our super trolley a little bit. I just want to add a couple things to it. All right, so all I did here is I added some floaters right there. I put some propellers on the front, and I put some wings on the sides here. And we're going to call this one the Trolley Mark Zuckerberg. All right, here we go. So you kind of already know where this one's going to be. We just go down into the water, go down into some tunnels, and we'll find it pretty easily. So let's get all up down there. And I'm going to go ahead and turn the floaters off so we can actually sink here. Floaters will be handy for coming back out later, but going in the first place, they're kind of counterproductive. So I think we want to go inside the one on the left over here, the one with the green border right there. So let's go inside and see if we can find what we're looking for. Let's go all the way through, break the ice here, and right there, that's what we're looking for. So we'll just grab this guy, and we'll take it right back to that Jinjo. There we go, we got it. I think, yeah, there's 2 more Jinjos, so let's go ahead and do those real quick. We'll just hop back in our car here, and I'll meet you guys at the next one. Ah, crud. Haha! Hey, Mr. Jinjo, I had to go really, really high for this one, but we've got a Jinjo Race. And for this one, I think I'm going to use the Trolley Mark Zuckerberg again. Now, this one's kind of straightforward. Well, it's not really straight at all. We're going to be turning a lot, but it's a very small course. We're just going to be driving in circles. Banjo! No! I'm going to restart. Well, that did not go well at all. I guess my turning's a little bit too sharp right here, so I got to be very careful about that. I don't want to be just, like, turning off the stage here. Oh boy, I'm too fast. We are too fast right now. Yeah, you might want something slower for this, but I'm just gonna try to manage. Just let off the throttle a lot, and there you go, we're done. Okay, let's go get the last Jinjo, and then we'll start doing these Jiggies as well. The last Jinjo's inside the mushroom room, all the way at the bottom, so let's go talk to him, because this one is Jinjo Taxi Jet. How difficult could it possibly be? No, I don't think this one's that difficult. I think we're pretty much done with the difficult Jinjo Taxis. Yeah, we just have a taxi, but we also have a jet attached to it. So that's kind of the gimmick for this one. Now, I'm going to drive up this ramp right here. Oh, somehow we didn't lose him. Nice. I'm going to drive up this little spot right here, and then we'll just drive up here, and we should be good. Oh, or I'll drop him. Okay, pick him back up. Come on. There you go, buddy. Yeah, you could take a whole bunch of different paths around here. You don't really have to go any specific way. Gosh dang it, Adobe Creative Cloud. I don't care about your stinking updates, man. Well, let's just get through. Okay, he fell into it. Nice. Well, with that, it looks like all of the Jinjo missions are done. So let's go do the 4 Jiggy missions. And one is very conveniently right next to our car. So let's go talk to him. And yes, this mission is called Uranus Mud Monsters. They're making a poop joke. Well, let's go and do this one. It's kind of an annoying mission, but we've got a vehicle that'll already work pretty well for it. We're going to use the couch. This is the one we used back in Terrarium of Terror Act 2. It's got the air cushions on the bottom. And something awesome about air cushions is they actually float. So you can kind of use it as a hovercraft right here. So what we have to do is we've got all these guys, and we have to get them out of the water. I've tried a few different vehicle designs. I've tried, like, using something to push them or something to kick them out. But the water physics make it very awkward. Pushing's just not easy because you'll kind of they'll kind of go underneath you. And if you try to kick them, the water physics just make it totally spaz out. So the best option, in my opinion, is to use a suck and blow. The only thing you have to be careful of is, I forget if I already said this, but if they go back inside the water, then it's going to take the point away from you. So they have to stay out. So that's why you want to push them way far up. To get the trophy, we only need 15. There's 20 in total. But if you get all 20, then the timer will end immediately, so you don't have to wait around for your timer to finish. So if you ever plan to do a 100% speedrun of this game, you want to definitely try to get all of them very quickly. But for the rest of us, I don't think it's really that big of a deal if you take your time. I've even just done this by hand, where I just get out of my boat and just carry them to land. That's another option. You've got so much time that it's really just not going to be a problem. So I really wouldn't worry about that kind of crud. Let's just see if we can get this last one out here. Come on, get out of there, buddy. There you go. Yeah, sometimes the physics with these are very odd. So pool number 3 is over here. Thankfully, this is a narrow pool, which is going to make it a lot easier to deal with. Let's see if we can get nice and lined up. And we'll see if we can push all of them at the same time, kind of. Yeah, not quite all at the same time, but still worked out pretty good. So there's all those. We've already got the trophy, but like I said, we can make this one not have to, or make it so we don't have to wait for 2 more minutes. Now, I ran out of fuel right here because I have so many jets. I probably should have added more fuel, but it'll come back, so we'll be fine. So all I need to do now is get these last 2 out of the water, because for the very last one, you don't even really need to push it out, because you can just walk up and pick it up and get it out of the water. It doesn't have to stay out of the water. As long as it goes out, even just for a second, it counts it. So let's see if I can show that off here. So let's get this one all the way out. Come on, buddy. Get out there. There you go. Oh, it's probably going to go back in. Go quick. Go quick. Come on, pick it up. No, it went out. Gosh dang it. I knew that was going to happen. So we'll pick this one up. We'll take it out. And then we have to go pick up the other one right there. So we'll put him on land. And now as soon as we pick this up, the timer's going to end. So I saved myself a minute by actually going and getting all those cruds. So there we go. Let's go do the other 3. There's one right up top here. So I'll just meet you guys up there. This one's called To Boldly Go Anywhere. But our trolley Mark Zuckerberg is going to work out fantastically for this one. So let's go get that guy out. There we go. It's kind of weird. It says to boldly go anywhere. And the idea behind this one is you're doing a race and you might have to go on land, you might go on water, through the air, all that kind of stuff. But to be honest, you don't really need the floaters because any vehicle can sink. You don't need sinkers or floaters just to go underwater. I am not off to a good start right here, but it's a pretty easy mission. You're going to see me make lots of mistakes on this one, and that's okay, because it's an easy trophy. It doesn't really matter too much here. But yeah, any vehicle can go underwater, so you don't actually need the floaters. You just kind of need something that can go in the air, and I guess on the ground too. But let's go ahead and drop in. Turn off, excuse me, wow. Turning off the floaters so we can actually go underwater here. And this is pretty much the only water segment. We go under, we go kind of around right here. Still getting shot in the back by this guy. And then we'll just go up on this side. And once we get over here, we can turn the floaters back on just to kind of go back up. But you don't really have to do that. You can just drive out as well. And then we'll go back into the air. Heck yeah. Oh, just don't miss these checkpoints, dude. Now, it is very lenient. You can miss a lot of crud. You can crash a lot like that. And you can still get the trophy. But I am going very, very slow. So I do got to be careful. I want to make sure I do actually get the trophy. It's not that tight, but you got to at least try somewhat, you know. So this is just going very poorly right now. I don't know, man. I don't remember having this much trouble. I wonder if the floaters, because my original design didn't have the floaters on it. I wonder if that throws off the weight a lot or something. I don't know. Wow, that guy's actually catching up to me right here. I probably won't be getting the trophy this time, so I'll have to try again. But yeah, we're almost done anyways, so maybe it'll still happen. If I still get the trophy after all of this, that's kind of ridiculous. But let's see if we can land. Drive through here, drive back around. Wow, I really think I'm still getting the trophy. This is ridiculous, because we're just about done here. We just drive up like that, and there's the end right there. I'm even going to have time to spare. This is so crazy, dude. Imagine back to the gosh dang one from Jiggoseum Act 6. That trophy was so tight, and this one is so easy. That was terrible. You guys have to admit, that was... Oh, crud, I've done it again. But you got to admit, I did a terrible job at driving on that one, and I still got it. But we've got 2 more Jiggies to go. One's right over here, and this one's really easy to do, but I do want to go ahead and make a vehicle with that chameleon item we got from the Jinjo Bingo. I'm gonna try something. I wasn't planning on doing this, but let's just try using the couch right here, but put the chameleon on top of this one, and we'll see if that works. Let's go stick it, I guess, in front of my face. All right, let's get started. So we're gonna have a bunch of enemies right here, and all we have to do is push them into the airlock. The thing is, if we go invisible right here, they're going to completely ignore our existence and just stand there, which makes things very, very easy for us. So I'm just going to sneak up behind them, and this is not working out so well. Turning in this vehicle is not actually very easy. Okay, so probably don't use this vehicle design, but let me just go ahead and swoop around like this, and oh gosh. I just want to see if this will work. I'll show you guys a much better design in just a second, but I just want to see if I can make this work. No, the suck and blow doesn't work at all, dude. Okay, let's go make a better vehicle here. I'm just going to be starting this one from scratch, and what we're going to do is go down to body, and we'll get some cubes out, and I want to make a thing as long as it'll possibly go here. And I want to do that in actually 3 directions. So we're going to also go this way. Well, I guess 2 directions, but in 3 spots. So we'll go along that way, and then we'll also go along this side. You know, I'm going to delete like 3 blocks on each side because I'm not going to have enough to make what I want to make. I want to do 2 layers right here. I could just use like light blocks or something, but to do it all with super blocks, we'll just make it a little bit shorter, but that should be fine. Whoops. Alrighty, so we got this CRUD 2 layers high. Let's go ahead and put some wheels on it here. And I'm going to put the wheels on the inside corners, just like this. You know, I'll put more wheels. No real purpose, but it looks cool, I guess. And I just put a super engine. I'm also going to put some large engines on here just to have. Now let's do the basic, add some fuel, add a seat, and I'm also going to put some propellers on top, and we're done. You know, it's been a while since we had a vehicle that was peach, so we're going to make this one peach. I am going to name this one Peachy Keen. However, I forgot the very important step. I need to actually add the chameleon to this, so let me do that first. Okay, here we go. So this is very simple. We're going to go ahead and put on the chameleon right here, just like that, and then we're going to fly right over them, and then we're just going to drive backwards and kind of scoop them with us. So we'll go like that, and as we drive backwards, they should come with us. Looks like one kind of got out right there. That's okay, though. So we'll get these guys back, and now we'll go forward again and get that last one. But because we've got the chameleon on, they're just going to completely ignore us. You could also just like attack them to stun them. If you look at the leaderboards, they do something similar to this, but they do it in like 5 seconds. So you could do that, but this is kind of the easiest way to do it, and it's really cool that we can make use of the chameleon finally. Alrighty, we got one more to go. Let me see if I can find this one. Alrighty, so we're going back up top for this one, because right over here is Humba Wumba. Oh, gosh dang it. I tried to attack to get over there. No, 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 what are you doing, you stinking suck and blow CRUD? I'm gonna drop him down. Ha, he tried to drop me down? No. Let me call back my vehicle. We'll go talk to Humba. Now, this mission is actually very challenging. It's not super bad, but you really have to be careful with how you actually do it. It's more of a strategic thing than like difficult execution or anything like that. But what we have to do is we have to drop down and kill a bunch of these guys. Now, we have very limited ammo, but the most efficient way to kill these guys is using our torpedo. So we want to make sure every shot counts. We really want to try to make sure we aim, make sure each shot kills these guys. Like that one didn't. But we do have the weapon on front as well, so if they get trapped like that, you might be able to ram into them. Now, I'll see what I can do about this. These guys aren't going to be moving too much, so we can just take these guys out super easily. But just like that, we're already out of ammo, and, well, I've only got 4 killed. At this point, if you've only got 4, I would recommend restarting. I'm just going to show you guys what we're doing next. Up there is some more ammo. Oh, I got 5! I don't know how one of them died, but we're up to 5 now. So I'm going to very carefully go around, try to kill off a couple more here. Come on, die please. There you go. So we got that guy. Whoa! These guys just killing themselves right here. That's weird. But we got that guy, and then up here is 3 more. So let's go inside and be very careful with how we aim. And we should be able to get them. Why did that not register? What the? It's like direct fire that's not getting them. Oh my gosh, I don't care about you, Easy Update. Stop making noises. Why are these guys going ham with these sound effects right here? Kill him! Come on! I'm gonna get the trophy. Please, please. No, kill him! Dang it, dude. Okay, we're up to 5 before I even got the ammo. I did end up having to kill one of them with my Fulgor's Fist, which isn't... It's not impossible to do, but it is hard to do quickly. Okay, so we're up to 6 right now, so we're looking pretty good. I'm gonna go get the extra ammo, and we should be able to get 4 more without too much trouble before the time runs out here. So let's go ahead and grab this guy. There we go. We'll drop down right here and try to line up these shots nice and good. And, oh, it didn't work out right there. Let's try again. And, well, this is going terribly. Wow! At least they're cornering themselves right here. There we go. We got 2 for 1 right there. There's another, and... Oh my gosh, please, just kill him. Wow, why is it glitching? What the crud? Oh my gosh, we got him at least. There you go, guys. There's the trophy for that one. So, kind of a weird mission. It took me a lot of tries. Even though I've done this one like 5 times before in a row in the past, for some reason this time I just kept getting a lot of bugs with the thing where the missile will explode and does not kill them. Again, it might not be a bug. There might just be something about it I don't quite understand, but I don't know, it's very inconsistent when that happens. Anyways, that's going to be it for Terrarium of Terror Act 4, and that's going to be it for this episode. We're almost done with the game, guys. We've got one more act in Terrarium of Terror. We've got Act 3, we've got Nutty Acres Act 5, and we've got Spiral Mountain Act 2. And of course, we've got a couple little special episodes that we'll be doing before the finale. We've got the DLC episode, the multiplayer episode, and the Easter eggs episode. And that's all there is left to do. So anyways, I'll see you guys next time. Take care.